Gemini, how are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading. Gemini, we are going to connect with your energies. Energies available to you for the next few hours, the next few days. Let's see what the fairies tell us. I am going to connect with the energy of the fairies so that you receive the message, Gemini. Well, the star is a beautiful card that corresponds to the sign of Aquarius. The Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles card. Impressive. We have air signs and earth signs. Within the air signs, we have Gemini, like you, along with Aquarius and Libra. Then we have the earth signs, which include Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. These elemental energies are all around us, influencing the path ahead as we look into what the cards have to reveal. Well, the star card appears to tell us that starting from today, as you listen to me, you will begin to notice changes in your life, because you are becoming aware that it is time to look at the future with hope and optimism. And this comes because you recover your illusion or you recover your faith after an unhappy moment, after a moment of difficulty. So I understand that this wants to warn us that happy events arise in your lives that align you with a desire, that align you with a miracle, that align you with hope. That is why you recover your illusion after a moment of sadness. You recover your illusion after a moment of economic loss. You recover hope because something happens in a way that also feels like magic after having gone through a situation where you had no comfort. There was a time when sadness took hold of you and you were feeling quite unwell, right? Suffering, discomfort, and negativity. That may have stemmed from a financial loss, the loss of a job, a separation, a difficult life situation, or even an illness. You were in a place where you felt completely inconsolable, but now life is shifting and you're beginning to find your way back. Anything that made you go into a crisis, right? So this is the moment where life is compensating you, and it is compensating you with a lot of happiness and a lot of hope so that you return to what is the path of light, specifically to what is the path of your destiny. That is the path that this star guides you to, in short, which also speaks to us of healing. It speaks to us of inspiration. So whether it is an emotional issue or an economic one, here arises what is a great energy, which is the King of Pentacles card, which speaks to me of progress. Gemini, you are in a place of privilege. You are in a place of prosperity. You are in a place where you are recovering everything that is fair, where everything really goes in the direction that the star sends you, where everything goes towards what is your growth. Maybe that you are settling into the topic of work. It may be that you are settling into the professional topic with the family. You might be interacting, getting to know each other, and seeing how this person begins to provide you with security. You're seeing how someone connects with you responsibly, with commitment, and in a very grounded and traditional way, because this is a King of Pentacles. You're really observing how they share the same dreams and the same desires that you have. I do not rule out that this is also considered a blessing or a miracle. When you finally take a moment to look, you realize that this person shares the very same dreams and the same heartfelt desires that you hold within yourself. Honestly, I do not rule out the possibility that this should also be considered a true blessing for you, or perhaps even a miracle that has arrived in your life to stay. It really is quite a profound and beautiful thing to witness such a genuine connection. Backing the one you need, support as well. But not only that, I am not talking about something economic. I am talking about someone who could be very, very truly interested in having something with you in a totally committed way. And if that person at some point dreamed of this partner, it is Gemini. I mean, it is in your lifeline, in your destiny, because the King of Pentacles dreams of something, and what he dreams of, he achieves. So it is a matter of destiny now, regardless of the fact that you are currently setting an intention to find a relationship at this very moment. I see Gemini fixing and solving things in a forceful and radical way. It represents a Gemini taking charge, with the quality of having a high command over their financial power or the material aspect of their life, where solutions make perfect sense. This is about being decisive, showing strength, and effectively managing resources to create tangible results in their world. This represents success, Gemini. You are experiencing professional achievement and are truly dedicated to your craft. You possess a great talent for managing your finances wisely while balancing your emotional well-being at the same time. Furthermore, it is quite possible that many of you are in the process of finalizing an excellent business deal specifically regarding your home. Whether you are buying, selling, or leasing, you are mastering the material aspects of your life with total clarity. Buying, renting, or selling, because the King of Pentacles also has a lot to do with what you own, doesn't it? It is all about those things that are truly yours. So, well, get ready for that. But it speaks to us of what could be a moment where Gemini specifically has no blocks. That is, if there were doubts, the doubts disappear. If there were situations that we could not find a way to accommodate because we did not have how well ready. Now, yes, you are no longer, well, how shall I say, hostage to a suffering? But what is yours now is to go for the sure thing, to go for the tangible, and above all, for what you can gather. If I am saying that you're going to gather something, it is money. So it is a moment where, yes, you're going to dream. Yes, you're going to get excited. Yes, you are going to be attracting many good things to your life from faith and what you envision and intend, the hope that you have. But you are going to be able to achieve it from a real way because you are reaching something. You have alternatives. So the King of Pentacles appears to speak to us of something of great value that you wanted to reach, which you achieve in whatever way. So you are in a moment of planning, a moment for what could be an investment or even for what could be a commitment through taking some very concrete actions. Either you commit or someone who has these characteristics is wanting to do it with you. I do not know if you are prepared for this, but the material security or the economic help that you need, I can assure you that it arrives. And the same also if you need this, but at the same time, you also want to expand it for the people who matter to you. Obviously, it is also a moment for you to be able to cover needs that until now you could not. And that had generated problems at a family level, for example, at the level of children, or in a life topic. Yes? What happens? You came out of a situation where you went through a lot of critical complication, and you are in a moment where life puts you face to face with the enjoyment of many things. And it is the moment to appreciate all this. And it is the moment also where you are feeling that after a very long time, you do not feel that your capital is at risk. You do not feel that if you are investing or you are spending or you are enjoying certain possibilities that you are giving yourself, which well deserved you have them, you will not be at risk because abundance is now back in your life and you know how to handle it with wisdom and with moderation. And this pain is really remaining in the past. Yes, yes, or yes. Especially if you had an economic setback, if until now you were in a situation of much instability, and especially if we were coming from a superficial and selfish relationship too. Because it tells me that the person who arrives for you has nothing of superficial nor anything of selfish, quite the opposite. Let's see what the cards tell us. Something that you also asked for, something that you asked for many times. You wanted this to be fixed, for your life to be fixed. You manifested this in many ways. You already know that these are generalized readings. Sometimes you may need to treat your case in concrete, and for that you can make a personal consultation with me and you go to the webpage. Here you have the address in the video, and you also have a pinned comment on your sign, which takes you directly to the page. Well, if someone is like watching you closely, someone is there pending on your social networks, is looking at you, I do not know, wanting to communicate with you, wanting to talk to you. At the same time, you are also being very attentive to the information around you. And you are truly keen on finding out something more about someone in particular. This is because the Page of Swords is a card that corresponds perfectly to the sign of Gemini, which really highlights the specific mindset you are currently in, where you are carefully observing everyone and everything to ensure you do not miss a single detail. But beyond that, I like that the Page of Swords is here because it gives you a lot of mental clarity about everything you are going to have to do. And above all, to have an advantage, to be alert, not to fall back into situations that produce instability and crisis. How coordinated your reading is. There's the Tower card, and then there's the Star card, which I told you. This arises, the Star appears when a person overcomes a great crisis. And here it speaks of that, right? The crisis, the breakdown, the cut, that what I had in my life, I do not have anymore. What held me does not hold me anymore. Work, family, relationship, or a way of thinking, or a way of seeing life, or a belief, whatever it was that broke, that made you reach a moment of crisis is totally overcome. And the Star blesses you with that solution. I have a Knight of Cups, and it is the announcement, yes or yes, of what I told you first, that someone intends to approach to connect with you from a higher level, at an emotional level, of course. And here you have a Six of Swords. There is a change in reality, no matter what. There is a solution. It is a transition after a painful moment that felt truly dark. And the Six of Swords takes you out of the conflict. The Six of Swords brings you a solution that connects you with tranquility, that connects you with hope. It is as important as necessary the Star in your reading. Because thanks to the Star appearing, we are also able to understand that something needed to be healed. If you had to free yourself from that pain, or if you had to start feeling good again energetically, to feel recovered once more, to feel full of desire and vitality, well, it is the announcement that you are connecting with that solution. With enthusiasm and vitality, well, this is the announcement that you are being connected to that solution. It means you are being linked to what could also be your great transformation, because you will feel much more inspired, much more invigorated than before. That is why you are alert to new things, you are alert to novel information, you are alert to new projects, to new ideas. Maybe that the Page of Swords brings us a very important and very relevant communication regarding a job, a project, and an invitation for it. Maybe that your activities related to social media issues or issues involving communication will increase, obviously, because now Uranus enters Gemini and everything changes for you. So I believe that being at the forefront, being updated with all the changes will benefit you quite a bit. Therefore, many things will also change for you on a mental level. You are showing yourself to be different. You are showing yourself to be more transparent. So it announces that everything that comes to you is true, as much truth as you need. It means that you are also standing or positioned differently in life. In fact, here they announce what could be security. They announce what could be, as I told you, tranquility. You are recovering a great deal after a very negative moment. You are recovering what is not only tranquility, the calm, but also seeing the positive side of things. That is why I repeat again that the star is connecting us with something for you that feels like a miracle. It speaks to us of someone who will excite you, I have no doubt, but who will excite you in the good sense, including something that may arise that comes hand in hand with a project, and it could be a job. Imagine that if you lost your job here, I described the situation to you with the King of Pentacles, and it is beautiful, but you also have the star, and the star is a card that gives us the final possibilities so that we can have that job and also so that we receive benefits. And if you did not lose your job, but there were complications, or there are complications that are being generated, instability and uncertainty, the possibility arises that you recover that good environment or that there are good prospects for change. And if you are truly looking to ascend, to also reach a point where you have greater income and can be, without any doubt, in this place occupied by the King of Pentacles, then you must be prepared to fully embrace the transformative energy that is coming your way. It is a good moment for the Star and the Page of Swords to connect from what is your energy as Page of Swords to begin to investigate, study, learn, to interact with information and communication that you need. Because since the star is there, I tell you again, there is something that you are going to do or in which you are going to intervene that you will like, and that will give you a lot of excitement. And perhaps you will have to use this energy that the Page of Swords gives you of investigation. I can assure you that here in March, your economy changes, it flows. The possible improvements are seen, and the possible improvement with what is the emotional aspect is also seen. With this Six of Swords, I feel you are moving away from a very complicated, dangerous, and highly conflict-ridden situation. In some cases, it could even be violent, especially since the Three of Swords is also present in this reading for you. So you are moving away from all that situation that wore you out. You are giving way to what could be seeking your best conditions. It may also be that this represents a divorce and you are rearming yourself. You are putting yourself back together, right? So all those conflicts, everything you had decided to renounce, or those projects, no, not that you decided to renounce, but that, well, it ended, that was implicated in that critical situation that generated that experience of stress and pain for you ends. So done. It may even be that this announces a trip, a move for us, that it announces what is connection with the outside, yes or yes for work. And for you, it may be a fresh energy. It can be a relief from what we are being told about that very complicated situation, of course, isn't it? There is no need to even talk about it. It is simply clear. So all those situations you have been dealing with or trying to overcome, or those problems you needed to escape, you are moving past them. There is no doubt about that. You are truly finding your way out of all of those difficult challenges right now. So it is a moment where, yes or yes, you are regaining the courage and the faith to make a decision and arrive at this place, right? Because there is pain or there are wounds and there is sadness that is being left in the past. The stage of pain ends, the stage of pain really remains in another place. And something is done, something becomes present that comes hand in hand with the star, I have no doubt. And you are, well, recovering many things. Well, goals, a moment of important decisions. You have to start over here. Are your goals clear? Are they in resonance with your heart? Because what you wish to manifest yesterday is not what you yearn for today. You must embrace this new beginning and align with your true inner path. How crazy is this? Allow yourself that change, be flexible with yourself, and trust in the internal guidance that calls you to reorient your life toward a new destiny. Of course, because this that you believed was going to be forever, that was what you at some point built and was that goal to which you had arrived, is no longer there. You have to rearm yourself in that. So what you manifest now is something else totally different because you are moving away, which is what the change is announcing here. Impressive reading, Gemini. I'm going to ask you to trust and to decree because this is what is arriving for you.